On the opening shot of the cat.
That's unreal.
Lightning on. That's a what?
It's unreal.
What?
All unreal. The Agbo guys did it.
So being able to merge a liquid simulation onto plate photography is a bit of a mystery to me.
The nice thing about being from the VFX industry, I don't even worry about that. Like, I know they're gonna do it. I know it'll work.
It'll work. There's something I didn't realize that you made, and it's about this little paper clip.
Oh my God.
Clippy.
Yes.
Wait, what?
He said he had some gotchas. I wonder what they were gonna be.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Visual Effects Artists React. Today, we have the special return of a guest, Tim Miller.
Oh my God, he's so excited. I can't match that. All right, well, I'm Tim Miller. Happy to be back. I own Blur Studio and created Love, Death, and Robots with David Fincher and Secret Level that's on Amazon.
Well, Tim, recently season 4 of Love, Death, and Robots came out, and I would love to take a look at some of these episodes with you today.
We're at like 50 short films now, which is pretty crazy. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I got some favorites. Wren, do you have favorites?
I got some favorites.
I got some favorites, but I love all my children.
We've got customers.
Spider Rose.
Yes.
This was a really fun one. I like this one a lot. This is based on a book series from, is it Schematrix?
Yeah, Schematrix is the novel.
Schematrix.
Bruce Sterling is the author, but he wrote 4 short stories as warm-ups. In this world of his, you basically have humanity is fragmented into 2 evolutionary lines. One, the mechanists are like her, where they enhance their physiology with machinery, and the other ones are the shapers. They are all about genetic modification, and it's about the clash of those 2 philosophies.
Yeah, when I was watching this episode, like the big thing that stood out to me was kind of on that subject. Digital humans require all these different layers to kind of nail the look and the move. Like we have your bones, skin simulation or muscle simulations, and designing a character or having a story that allows you to basically show that all off at the same time is just like really fun to watch. Because like as she speaks, you can see how like the skin of her throat moves independently from like the muscles and the bones inside. Like all those layers just makes it really like captivating to watch.
I think a lot of that comes from that pride thing, all this little added detail that nobody would miss if it wasn't there, but it's there because somebody loves their job and they just want to make it awesome.
Right.
And I so appreciate that.
There's one thing that all these shorts seem to have in common: performance capture, which is perfect because today's sponsor of this video is none other than Rocco. If you happen to missed all the videos where we used Rocco's Smart Suit 2, well, let me tell you a little bit about it, because they have lowered the barrier to entry to professional grade mocap. Their Smart Suit Pro 2 smart gloves and their facial capture tools allow you to get high quality motion capture data in real time. The best part, it's all wireless and battery powered. Their workflows allow you to use this data in Maya, in Blender, and Unreal Engine. Personally, I think Rocco's head cam is one of the best head cams on the market, not only because it's so affordable, but it's comfortable and counterbalanced. It's really nice. If you're looking to get into motion capture, it's a great time to do it. If you purchase one now, you can save $490 on the full performance capture bundle or 40% off on the indie creator bundle. And don't forget to use the code Corridor5 for an additional 5% off at checkout. Now it's time to get back to the episode.
Still empty. I can't plot total global domination on an empty stomach.
One of my favorite episodes from this season was the cat episode.
The other large thing?
Because it's just like on the opening shot of the cat.
That's unreal.
Lightning on. That's a what?
It's unreal.
What?
All unreal. Yep, the Agbo guys did it.
What?
I feel like
Crazy.
I'm getting tricked.
Because I was just like, how many
presentation
hairs?
on it.
How many hairs are we looking at here?
They got hair now, don't you know? Unreal has hair.
They did a presentation on it at Unreal Fest.
Oh, I had no idea. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Are you hungry?
Yes, I am hungry.
I don't know. It's like, I love the vibe of this.
I thought this one was really funny. John Oliver as a robot is
Yeah, I thought I recognized his voice.
Yeah.
You are much nicer to me than the other 2.
There's another one too that's unreal in this one, which is the what your smart appliances are saying about you when you're not there.
Oh, yeah.
Which
okay.
looks like Claymation. That was Aaron Sin's company.
Oh, this looks really good.
That waffle iron one was, I thought, really funny because the first thing he says is like,
I've never been out of this cabinet.
I was like, that's too real. No.
This is one where it's like people saved me from myself because I felt like we needed another episode, but we didn't have the money to pay for it. And so I said, you know what, I really love the Creature Comfort short. You remember that Aardman short where they're interviewing guys in the zoo? Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, well, it's reasonably comfortable, I suppose, this place, but...
The dialogue is what's funny to me.
Right.
And so I said, I'm just going to go in my house and shoot my refrigerator, just a slow push in, and then I'm going to shoot my toilet, just slow push in. And of course, my extensive dildo collection, I also have just thrown them on a table and, and then just do voiceover. I'm like, I could do this whole short for like, $1,000. Everybody was like, no, it's going to be stupid. But anyway, at some point they said, look, we're going to do it all in Unreal and we'll make it look like Claymation and we can still do it pretty cost effectively.
Yeah, so getting that Claymation style though in Unreal.
Aaron Sim's team is pretty great. They're known for their creature work.
Now, how about with some of the 2D animation in these seasons? We see all these super high-level CG cinematics, and then we get like some classic 2D animation.
I love 2D, so some of it is because of the studio occasionally, and some of it is just because of the director, or some of it is because of the story.
It's been a while. The last time we met, you gave me this beauty.
I knew I wanted Robert Valley to do this short, which has been one of my favorites. I adapted this one because it's been one of my favorite short stories forever. Robert, his style is 2D. I thought he would crush this one. And he did Ice and Zima Blue.
I was about to say, yeah. I mean, Zima Blue is probably in my top 3 of the entire series.
Yeah, it's a really unique 2D style though. Like, and I love how like all the characters are always at these like really harsh angles. Like the faces, you always feel like you're like looking up at them.
So when you say Robert doing a great job on this, is it like mostly him doing this, or is he just kind of leading a team of animators?
He's got a team. Passion Pictures, the production company, and then Robertson, Vancouver. But he's got guys kind of scattered all over the place. And what was really funny is that, because I'm super picky about action stuff, he sent me the cut of the big fight at the end. It was so much better than I'd hoped.
This one definitely took me off guard. It was like, I was like, all right, I'm digging this style. All of a sudden these giant babies show up. I was just like, what? Suddenly I got like Attack on Titan vibes.
Yeah.
It was funny because you work on these things for so long. It's been 3 years, and I read the story forever and ever. And so I showed it to Josh Donnan, one of the EPs on the show, and he goes, it's beautiful, but really disturbing. And I said, really? Why is it disturbing? He's like, well, because of the giant babies, Tim, and you're cutting their heads off. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about the giant babies.
Gosh, you can't take much more of this!
Not yet!
How Zeke got religion. We really liked working with the Titmouse guys. They did Kill Team Kill with the Jennifer directed, which was great.
Yeah.
And then this one is so very different. And it's so beautiful. The color palette, just amazing.
I noticed there's a bit of a theme of religion in this season too.
Which is funny because I'm the most agnostic guys ever. But it's funny because I got a nice note from the author of this story just yesterday. He sent like a real letter, not an email. And he especially thanked me for not taking the religion out. But this is really my homage to to one of the original heavy metal episodes.
Okay.
Happens in a World War II plane.
1981, dang.
Yeah, look at that animation.
I'm already seeing the homage, absolutely.
Oh my God, it's so bad. It's so bad, it's great. Look at that 3D move. Oh, that's
dang. Kind of looks like in that 3D shot, they probably had like a model that they actually traced the rotoscoped over.
Yeah. They probably had it sitting on top of their desk and they were just...
Yeah. This is cool. I've never really watched much of the heavy metal stuff, but I'm very familiar with like art around it.
Love, Death, and Robots was originally, we tried to do heavy metal for years, Fincher and I, and we just couldn't get it made.
How did you and Fincher connect to do Love, Death, and Robots? How did that like manifest?
We met because he wanted to do a game that was what happens if a 12.0 earthquake hits Los Angeles. That never happened, but we liked each other, and he said, what do you want to do? And heavy metal was one of the things. I had already been trying with Kevin Eastman, who created Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but also spent some of his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles money on buying heavy metal. And so Kevin and I had been trying, and then Fincher and I tried for years. And we had Zack Snyder and Jim Cameron, Guillermo del Toro, and all these
heavy hitters.
Yeah, all these guys, and Fincher, and I was a drag on the ticket, but they were all going to do and it was 50 million and R-rated, and we just could not sell it. And we met with everybody. Tom Cruise, who briefly ran MGM, if you remember. You remember that?
No.
No.
Wait, what?
Yeah, for a short time he ran MGM with his producing partner. Yeah, it was, and so Tom came down. Tom's actually he's got a good sense of humor, and he's like, I don't know, man, this is edgy, and if it didn't work, I'd be fucked. And I said, yeah, but you'd still be Tom Cruise. And he laughed and he said, oh yeah, good point.
The entire world has been gripped by fear since the aliens' spaceships first appeared in Earth orbit, and the extra...
One episode that really got me was the Golgotha episode.
You're just saying that because I directed it.
But before we get to that, because I started watching it and I was floored. I was like, this is the best CGI I've ever seen. I was not expecting a live action one.
I just don't understand why it has to be me, Your Excellency.
Dude, same, because one of these, these shots here, and then you see like the guy's hair on his hand.
We could do that in CG.
But like,
we could do that in CG.
I was like, wow, the lens flares are so real. It was so unexpected, and I thought that was really funny.
We did 2 live action shorts. The other one was in season 1, the refrigerator one. I directed both.
Oh yeah.
I thought, it just feels like it had to be live action because it's so ludicrous. It just seems more ludicrous if it's real. So we just drove up to Malibu and shot 2 days. You could tell I had some budget constraints because I should have a lot more extras there on the thing. I did my best to make it look full. And then Luma did the visual effects.
Greetings. Please accompany me.
Because I'm such a fan of short story format, I really appreciate it when it feels like this is exactly the right amount of time to tell this particular story, and it just works really well.
There's a shot here that kind of blew me away, and it's the dolphin coming up right there. Because that's got to be a digital dolphin, right? And all the water interacting with it's got to be digital too. But is it at least on a plate? Like, is the rest of the shot
everything
photographic?
Everything there but the dolphin.
And like the splashes around the dolphin, but that's one of the things, like, I'm not good at like water simulations, so being able to merge a liquid simulation onto plate photography of water is a bit of a mystery to me, and I don't...
It's pretty amazing that we can do that these days, isn't it?
And all the foam hitting the tentacles and whatnot, and it just feels so natural with the rest of the water.
The nice thing about being from the VFX industry, I don't even worry about that. Like, I know they're going to do it. I know it'll work. It'll work. Even when shit goes wrong, which it always goes wrong. Like the waves were much bigger than we thought, so we couldn't get people out there because they would have been washed out to sea. And in fact, it took the camera operator down once, and it took Reese too. There's a lot to do. You think it's going to be easy, and it never is.
How long was the production for this?
Well, the shoot was 2 days.
Just 2 days.
Yeah. There's no day where you walk off and you go, I'm awesome. I'm so good. I deserve to do this. Even in the morning, if you think you're doing awesome, you'll take your foot off the pedal, and then your afternoon will be shit. But I almost always make my days.
Part of what's attractive to me about Love, Death, and Robots is the fact that it can be anything.
So David Fincher directed at least 2 or 3 episodes of the course of this series. I know he did, in season 3, he did the Bad Traveling.
Yeah, which is like universally thought of as maybe the favorite episode.
I mean, yeah, it's very, very high level. So I just found it kind of funny that then in volume 4, he directed a music video. Did he just want to do that?
He had actually talked about this a while back, and so when I called him and I said, hey, I think you really need to do one for this season. I said, I want you to do a music video.
Oh, so it was your idea?
Yes, but he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He knew exactly what he wanted to look like.
And I pitched him this idea that I've been trying to make for about 30 years. I always wanted to do supermarionation in CG.
It looks really cool. If you're gonna make something like this, are you going to hand animate, like no pun intended, like the puppets? Or do you actually start with a little bit of motion capture?
We did mocap.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They came in, Chili Peppers came in, and we did a mocap session. They were there for a whole day. Fincher said, like, you just kind of, ring the bell and they go. There you go. And it was true, like, because I was there on the mocap day. And
You're like, hello, rock stars. I need you to be a rock star. Action.
Can you rock out a little more?
it's the mocap, but then it's got these little motions on top of it that feel like a puppet being pulled by strings.
Yeah, like the way his feet dangle, that's like a whole second order of animation. It's like he's probably mocapping some of that stuff, but his feet are going to be planted. They can't just dangle around like that.
No.
So you got a lot of like artistry going into adding on top of that animation.
Yeah, there's a lot of thought. I thought at most they would just run like a physics sim on top of it.
Yeah.
But nah, as usual, I oversimplify things.
I mean, that kind of looks like the approach at times, though, where it's like you pick a joint and you just say, hey, everything below there. I mean, it looks like everything below the knees is sometimes just like on physics, but if that's animated, it's really incredible.
And all the stuff with the work with the fabrics to make them look like they're, small fabrics, like the scale, overscale.
Yeah,
look
good
like
point.
Puppet thing. It got some really weird fan anger, and people thought it didn't have a story, and they were expecting a story. But I think it's beautiful. I don't know why people didn't love it, but.
I mean, there's always that vocal minority aspect of things.
Yeah, it's a shame when that voice becomes so loud it drowns out everything else. And I try and take the good and the bad, the comments, what the fans say. We've had one or another music video in here in the lineup for almost every season. And for one reason or another, it just gets dropped out.
Really?
Yeah. It's
okay.
But some people thought we stepped out of our lane. But I'm kind of like, well, there is no lane. The whole show is designed to have no lanes, so we could kind of do whatever we think is interesting.
See, when I look at something like this, I just can't help but just see how high effort this is. There's so much effort in every single pixel on screen. Like a shot like that where he's up in the air and it's panning around and like it's cutting to different locations in the background. It's like each shot is like half a second long, like strung together here. But I mean, maybe it's just HDRI in the background, but it's like that's a whole shot. There's a lot of effort in going to that quick blip.
I know. And I tried to talk Fincher out of that. I'm like, come on, man. You said you weren't going to do that. And he's like, yeah, but it'd be cool. I'm like, Encounters in Mini Kind.
So this is the second one that has been done in this style. The first one being like a zombie outbreak.
Exactly. And if I have my way, I will do all of the 80s and 90s disaster films in tilt shift.
This is one of those that like there's so much going on in every shot that like you kind of have to rewatch it just to catch it all.
I mean, like tilt shift just doesn't get old.
I know, it's just it's so cool to watch.
Yeah,
right?
like you just take something that's ordinary and give it this ultra bizarre perspective. But then also having like the slight stop motion, like sped up feel, the miniature feel, like helps a lot.
Buck did this, and I don't know if some of this is that way and some of it is other ways, but I had a cool idea for production. When we were going to do it I said you could just get aerial photography. It could be a city street, whatever, moving until you build a clean plate, and then you'd get your environment at high detail. I think they ended up doing a lot of mix and matching with some Unreal stuff and things like that.
Dang, I would have assumed this was all
animated,
created from scratch.
No. Anyway, they did a great job.
It's really easy to like underestimate a piece with like minimal dialogue and like relying purely on visual storytelling. I personally enjoy it a lot.
There's something I didn't realize that you made that I kind of want to talk about today, and it's about this little paper clip.
Oh my God.
Clippy.
Yes.
So what?
He said he had some gotchas. I wonder what they were going to be.
This is a gotcha?
No,
what?
No, this isn't a gotcha. I'm just very curious. Clippy is an infamous little character in Microsoft Word.
Yeah. We've tried to keep it a secret because there's so much hatred for this character.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They wanted to turn them off. There's no way to turn them off. And his functionality was too basic and annoying for most people.
It's annoying.
I mean, okay, maybe back in the day when it was like a thing, but I feel like now everyone just has this nostalgia for Clippy.
I like it. I liked it. But you want to know?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
That was me. And that was me.
too?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Because the rigging of this thing would have been an impossible task back in the day. All that animation is just done with blend shapes. So it's
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's there's some keyframes for it hopping around, but anytime it transforms, it's just blend shapes. It's just morph keyframes.
Now, what's the story behind Clippy? Like, what's the origin story of Clippy?
Back when we opened the studio, we would do anything. I'd do Pampers commercials and more chrome flying logos than you could shake a stick at. But I loved it because it was all super cool. We actually had a good time with this project.
Yeah.
It taught me a lot about like what I can get away with for shots, trying to solve those problems and still have it read, still have it understandable, et cetera, et cetera. They're pretty high concept, right? Of like, how do you tell that story about printing using those shapes? It seems simple, but you actually put a lot of love in that.
Well, then there's so many different contextual animations too. So I don't even know the breadth of animations and all this stuff.
I couldn't tell you how many there were. I don't know. I'm sure it was like 50 or 60. But as much as it annoyed people, it also made them smile, probably. I mean, it's cute, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of fun little animations. Love it. And at the time, I was grateful for anything because we were building a studio. And so
their opportunity is to explore and learn and get creative.
We also invented the Fox Sports, the football logo.
Oh, no kidding, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
always
guy.
like popping up and...
Yeah, you saw that motherfucker a lot, right? If you're a football fan.
I always noticed the giant shoulder pads.
I think we did that one.
Yeah, it says blur.
Yeah. Oh, does it? Yeah. Yeah, come on, man. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that. If you go back and look at Fincher's Nike Game Breakers spot, totally ripping that off. Which is like one of the best CG spots ever done. Digital Domain did it.
Oh, wait.
You've seen
I
it.
have seen this.
Yeah.
Dang, so this is all CG.
Yeah.
Some of those faces looked very realistic.
We would get those jobs like that football thing, and for me, I would go, I'm living the dream. This is what I would dream of, getting these kind of things. And now these shorts that we regularly hand out to these other studios, I could never have imagined being able to hand out this kind of work,
Right. So this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed watching through some of these episodes with you, and having some of that insight into how this stuff gets made always makes me happy. So Tim, thank you so much for coming onto the show again.
It's my pleasure. I am happy to spout bullshit for anybody who will listen. And you guys did an excellent job of listening. Thank you.